Hello everybody, welcome back to our Zapier series, which is showing you how to use Zapier for your business. If you haven't already, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell next to it to make sure that you're going to get the notifications, and of course make sure you like this video. So what we're going to do is actually show you an example and also explain what we mean by a webhook. Now, you may see webhooks mentioned in various places, not just in Zapier, but in other pieces of software as well. So it's all about knowing what they actually are. Now, a webhook basically sends a message. So I'm going to show you it on an example. So if I go into here, this is one of my email systems. I use ActiveCampaign. And we can see here, we have something that says that we're going to post something to this webhook. And it's a URL, as you can see. So what happens is this means it's going to send ActiveCampaign a message. So it's going to post the contact information. So it's going to send the contact information to this URL, which as you can see is Zapier. And this is a webhook. Now what this automation itself is actually doing is that URL is linked to a Zap inside here, which will add them inside my member vault for the correct course. If I go on to here, this is the automation I have for this. We can see here that the starting trigger is a new automation webhook in ActiveCampaign. And then the webhook itself is a URL. Now we don't create this URL. Zapier itself will create this for us. And then what it is doing is adding this person to the online bookings made easy course inside of my member vault. So this is basically telling it when to start something. So it's very handy for when you are basically wanting to get the login details sent over to someone straight away and you want them to automatically get registered into your learning management system, such as Thinkific, such as LearnDash and all of that things. You can do this using webhooks. Obviously you can use it for various other things as well. So I have some clients that actually use this so that at a certain stage it sends a text message. So their text message system will be inside here, and it will be that when there's a new webhook, I want you to send them a text message. So it can be done for so many different things. Could be that you want to trigger an email from actual Gmail itself and not actually ActiveCampaign, for instance. So it's very simple to do. All you would do is you would come into here, you would set up your just trigger basically for ActiveCampaign. And you would also see it, and then the trigger event would be a new automation webhook. And then what it would do is generate this URL for you. You'd put this URL into here, and then you'd go through. Now something to note is when you press test trigger, it's going to come back and say nothing. And that's because you've not actually had anything go through this step in whatever it is you're using. So this isn't just for ActiveCampaign, that's just the example I'm using. So for instance, if I was going to test this, I would have to put myself through this automation here so that it would actually pass my information through this webhook so that I could test it out. If you watched the previous videos in the series, we'll talk a bit more about that already. And then obviously we can do whatever we want to do. So add the user in. It could even be that I want to then send them a text message so I can use a different system, whatever it is that I'm using. So there's lots of different text places that you can use to send them a text message as well. It could be that I have it for one program. Let me see if I can find it. We have got it in this one. I knew it was on there. There we go. It doesn't happen straight away, as you can see. It happens later on down the line, where it basically goes through this, waits for 2 days, sends them another email, waits 2 days, and then it sends the information to Zapier. And this is because this is a program which has a start date, a specific start date. So say the start date was 30th of March, but I didn't want people to actually be entered into Member Vault to have access to the course until 30th of March. So what you would do is you'd time it so that they get that on the 30th of March by doing this. This could simply be an automation which sends them an email saying you're in the system, and then it waits until the 30th of March and sends the webhook. So that's another way you can do it. You can delay it and send it when you want to do it. So hopefully that helps in explaining what a webhook is. Just consider it as sending a message. It is sending a message to something else. And it's going to pass through that information for you at the right point that you want it to do it. So any questions, drop them in the comments. Don't forget, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us what other videos you would love to see, and also make sure that you hit that bell icon and like the video. If you do obviously want to work with us more at IT Moon, feel free to check out our website or our social media platforms to find out all the ways in which you can come and work with us. So take care everybody and have a fantastic time.